Conversation on the flood situation and the update and the numbers in just a bit. But for now, let's just touch up on some few issues here. Joining me in studio is Philip Omondi, Senior Climate Scientist, IGAD Climate Prediction and Application Center. From Mombasa is Honorable Isaac Mwaura, is a government spokesperson. We'll link up with him in just a bit. But let me start with you, Omondi. What phenomenon are we witnessing today?
Thank you, Trevor. What we are witnessing since the beginning of March is our long rainy season, March, April, and May. So it's not very unusual. Every time we have 3 seasons in a year.
Yeah.
This is the first one. We'll have another one in the middle of the year, June, July, August, and then the last one, end of the year, October, November, December.
But these levels of rainfall seem to be too much. Is that normal from the predictions that you're doing?
Absolutely, yes. We did predict this, and we gave a prediction in February. If you look at what we gave out as the forecast, you'll see the whole region, the whole country, painted green, meaning that it will be water everywhere. And where we are now having excess flooding, the eastern islands had deep green, meaning that it was going to have excess rainfall, which we call above normal.
Yeah.
So this is purely what we forecast, and it has come to pass 100% correct.
Is this going to be the normal pattern going forward? Because there are quite a number of scientists who have attributed this to extreme weather patterns to climate change.
It is true. It is because of climate change. We can attribute it to climate change. So with climate change, we'll be witnessing more of intense rainfall and more of intense drought. And the return period will be very high. So maybe if I may explain why we have excess rainfall this March, April, May. We know that the system that causes rainfall is the Intertropical Convergence Zone, which we call ITCZ. So it moves with the movement of the sun. The sun moves from the north going to the south, and that is what causes seasonality. But in our region here, we have the highlands. We have the eastern, western islands. So since ITCZ is zonal, west-east, around here because of highlands, we have an arm that is north-south because of the mountains. So what happens is that there has been, the Indian Ocean is very warm, of course, because of climate change. And because it is warm, water evaporates. And if there is a wind that can push that water to the land, that is exactly what happens. In science, we call it the gradient, pressure gradient. So the warm water in the Indian Ocean is being pushed inlands. And there is also moisture from Atlantic and Congo Basin coming from the west. So the two meets of our region. So for the case we have this time is that the meridional arm of the ITZ has been pushed up to the eastern islands.
Okay. Now
that's why we have activities being intense as it is.
That's an extremely technical explanation, but what do we expect going forward now? Are you saying that the drought that will come after this will also be just as intense?
Because of climate change, man has interfered with the ecosystem and the environment, so nature is fighting back. We are going to have more droughts, very frequent and biting, and we'll also be having too much rains.
Yeah.
Yes. So if
extremes.
Extremes. We are in the extreme events currently.
I'll come back to you to see if we can reverse this. But now joining me now is Honorable Isaac Mwaura, is the government spokesperson, is speaking to us from Mombasa. Honorable Mwaura, thank you for making time for us. What are first the official numbers? Because there seems to be a bit of conflict in terms of the numbers. What are the official numbers from the government side?
Thank you very much, Trevor. As of right now, as we speak, with the official number of the people who have regrettably lost their lives is 166.
166.
That is the official government, numbers verified. In the morning, as I was doing the briefing, as we were trying to look at the coastal region, including Tana River, that's why I'm in Mombasa, so that we can be able to have a proper response. We had 103, but today alone, we have lost another 66, and we have the data that has also been broken down in each and every county.
There are quarters that are reporting up to 300 deaths.
No. You know, according to the government procedure, there is a way in which we confirm, because, you know, we don't rely on hearsay or social media hype. The report is 166. As of today, in the morning, it's 103. Yesterday, it was 90. The previous time, it was 76. Before that time, we had 70, and before that, we had 54. So there is a very clear way that we are able to verify from the National Disaster Operations Center.
Honorable Mwaura, the government keeps telling people to move to higher ground, but they don't own land in those higher grounds. Has the government designated alternative resettlement zones?
Yes, that is for sure. For example, if you look at Mai Mahiu, I can report that already the government has been able to identify very clear that Ngeya Girls Secondary School is actually the Rescue Command Center, and also is going to be hosting the homeless. So we have 50 camps in collaboration with Kenya Red Cross. The camps are increasing because that does not include, for example, Mai Mahiu. And also, like in Nairobi, we have actually, put in place, measures for people to move into the social halls. And also, we were even at some point looking at how to open up one of the NYS barracks. So yes, we are very clear on where people are supposed to move, yes.
What are the official numbers of the death toll in Mai Mahiu itself?
Now, that will be ascertained very clearly by tomorrow, because there are those that have already, we can say this is the number, but we do not rush to do so. Trevor, as I said earlier on, there is a procedure to do so, so that government must also be very clear on what it's reporting. So Mai Mahiu, we will clarify very well tomorrow, but today alone, we have, and this is not something that we're happy to report, that, 66 Kenyans have lost their lives.
So today you reported 66 in Mai Mahiu, just to clarify.
When we get the national tally, Trevor, it is from the whole country.
Okay.
Yeah? It is not just from one incident, because you remember, all of the 47 counties have been affected in one way or another, but there are 32 that are critical. So going forward. So then we have, somebody from here and there. But today, the greatest toll is from the Mai Mahiu area. But the final tally cannot be properly confirmed, because we also need to see, those who may have been rescued. Sometimes you find fellow Kenyans also going to hospital, not making it. So we will have, a more clearer picture by tomorrow. But again, as I told you, today the new number has risen from 103 to 169.
All right. Thank you, Wench. You must stay with me for a bit. Honorable Isaac Mwaura and also Philip Omondi, who's here with me, senior climate scientist at IGAD. We'll have this conversation in just a bit. But for now,